So it's been a few days since Smissmas has been out, and for once I've actually been able to have enough time to sit down, play TF2, and try out the update, and actually play the new maps. Most of the seasonal events over the past few years, I feel like I've been super busy and not had much chance to actually play through all of the maps and really see how I feel about them. So this time I've made sure I had the time to try them out and give my opinion on my favourites, for those of you who actually care. Now, because I wanted to cover kind of everything in this Smissmas update, I guess I'll start with the cosmetics first. I said during the reaction to the cosmetics video I made that I actually really like the cosmetics this year. There's loads in the collection that I want to get. I do think now that I've seen the grading of the cosmetics, it's confused me a little bit. Because the cosmetics are all really good, but some of the placements to me don't really make sense. The scruffed and stitched hat being a red, I wouldn't place it there myself. The beanies, I guess, make more sense because they're all stylized to each class, or they at least can be, which, you know, that makes sense that they're a red. I'm just not sure what I was expecting, to be honest, but having the Wanderer's wool in blue instead of pink, where I thought it would go, is nice. It means I actually got to unbox one. And I'm glad that the coat I wanted is a purple instead of a pink or something like that. So it benefits me, but it also really confuses me. Now, to start this off, I didn't give much time to Snow Tower and Turbine Center, mainly because they are really cool reskins of the maps, but they're both maps I don't actually play that much. But King of the Hill High Tower does sound really good though, and I would like to invest more time into that over the rest of the event. Having High Tower games that actually end might make me want to play it more. My favourite map so far is probably a tie between Galleria, I don't know if I said that right, and Krampus. And every time a new seasonal update comes out, it blows my mind a little bit about what is actually capable when it comes to making maps in TF2 now. Like, yeah, I know we're not getting, like, the weapons every time and balance changes and everything like that, but getting maps with this much going on in them, to me, is a huge step up from what Smissmas used to be, from what Scream Fortress used to be, and what used to just be a summer crate. Like Galleria, for example, seems huge, and it is just full of cool little weird Easter eggs around it. It's a reskinned Nucleus map, but I really like it. And Krampus literally has a boss running around killing people. He's not like the most disruptive boss either, because there's no truce while he's around, because he's kind of just running around smacking people. So you can still completely play the game while just ignoring the boss if that's what you want to play like. But the fact that we've got a brand new boss in TF2 is crazy. They also had the map Carrier added into the game this time, and that is like a little bit like what the zombie one was last Scream Fortress, or the Scream Fortress before, where one guy on your team gets really big and you have to escort them to a certain part of the map. This time it's just for being a giant robot, which is really cool. However, I tried to play that map, but the enemy team was better, so my time on it wasn't as fun as it probably could have been if I was playing with a few friends. I have heard a lot of people say that Carrier is quite a difficult map to push on anyway. I just haven't played it enough to like properly tell or not. Camber reminded me a little bit of Upward, if you literally only look at this one picture here. It was a bit confusing while I was playing it, and to be honest, I was a little bit distracted because a guy told me I fell off while playing, which is true, but it hurts. Brew was a map I actually played during Caesarlander this year, and I found it really fun, and it worked well for me playing Scout because there were so many different routes to take to sneak up on people, so I like the map quite a bit. Now, I did play it a little bit during casual, and it's not quite the same as playing it in a competitive tournament. There's so many NGs, but if you get a game without them, then the map's going to be quite good. Now, Harp was the first map where the bots started to actually become a problem. They were in the game, but also they couldn't hit me, which was weird. So in terms of like the actual concept of the map, I really like it. For me, grabbing the intel to start with and trying to push that to a point is much more fun than running into an enemy sentry nest and trying to take it all out, grabbing the intel and then running back to your base. I honestly prefer this method of CTF so much more than the regular way of playing it. And it is really cool that this is technically just two game modes put together, or it is the same game mode, still CTF, but a completely different take on it in the same game the other versions exist in. Even though it's a game mode I don't play that often, it's really cool to see. Haxel was a nice little payload map, pushing the cart to the final point where you have to hold it against the enemy team's like computer module thing is another really cool take and slightly different take on the classic payload race game mode. It does just kind of suck that most times I've played on it, the carts are really easy to bomb at the end for both teams. I say both teams, the enemy's team. Every single time. They bomb the car and kill us all. My team never does that. And Emerge is actually decent. I don't have loads of thoughts on the map so far since I haven't played too much of it. And so far when I have played in it, my team got so close to capping the first point, but just barely missed out. And then playing defense, I was following this guy because I thought he knew the way, and he didn't. So we both looked like idiots. But it was a fun map, enough space to try and get some market gardens, a lot of different routes to take from the look of it, but pushing a car uphill when the enemy is all set up seems like quite a challenge. Probably requires a level of coordination within your team that casual games aren't going to give you. But there we have it, that's all of the new maps for Smissmas and kind of what I thought about them for anyone who decided they even cared in the slightest about what I think. But hey, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more stuff from me, then leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would help me out a lot, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.